beautiful people. It is a new week, new grace, and new chance to just crush it and, you know, spend time with God. For those of you that do not know me, my name is James. I'm 20 years old and I am a Christian entrepreneur. Yeah, we're not saying wanna be, we're not trying to be, we are. Alright, identify yourself as the person you want to be, God willing. So we're gonna start going back to introductions because obviously no one knows me. So if you're new around here, welcome. We are building the course. Well, we're technically starting to build the course now. At the minute, we're working through Creatopia's course, which is the company that I work for, well, community that I work in. And we're going through the monetization course. We're looking through the course. We're about halfway through the monetization course. And we're just gonna get locked in this week. No more fluffing about. We are back to pen and paper when it comes to just brainstorming, because honestly, that's one of the best things you can do, especially if you're like trying to come up with ideas, whether it's content, business, whatever. I just find that I can just write freely, don't have to try and make it nice. I just write my thoughts, see what comes out. So what I've got here is community course layout. How do I want the courses and the modules to lay out onto my community? Because we need to make it as easy as possible so that you guys, when you join, you're like, okay, I know what to do from step 1 to step whatever it's gonna be. And how many steps is there gonna be? Do I have room to build on this as well? Because I don't want it to be a case where you join and then you joined for like a year and there's no new courses and stuff in there. So I want to continuously be working on it as well. So I want there to be a good amount for people to be able to join, but also something to build on in the future. Obviously don't want to stress too much in regards to being like, what if I run out of ideas and whatever? Because that's something big that I used to have, especially when I was making music and also sometimes when I'm making content. But that is not a problem, especially with all of the tips that I've found in Creatopia. That's not me trying to sell you, I'm literally just saying like my thoughts, honestly. We have loads of ideas with regards to like when it comes to the courses and stuff. I literally have easily about 20 modules that I can make right now and actually like dive deep and whatnot. But I just want to kind of make a structure for it so it makes it easy. So yeah, we're just going to be jotting down all my ideas. So I'm going to make some B-roll. I don't know if I told you, but when I bought the subscription for this community on school, I had a 14-day free trial and I should have made the most out of it. And I thought I was, but I actually wasn't. So today's the day I'm actually going to be paying $99 for this community. So this message was 3 days ago and I thought it meant that I had a couple more days, but I don't. It was the 13th of July that they text me saying trial ends in 3 days, and it's the 16th of July today. And the other thing is I could switch to what they call is like the hobby plan. So for those that want to build a school community, I highly recommend that you sign up and do the $9 community thing. I'll put my affiliate link down below. Yeah, crazy that they're doing a $9 instead of $99 to build a school community. But the reason why I went for the $99 a month is to push me to start this community and actually just put a rocket up my backside, to be honest with you. Yo, what's good people? So last episode I talked about overload. No, actually no, it'll be 2 episodes ago now. And I was talking about overload. Now I did get a message from one of my best friends, Jesse, so shout out Jesse. And he was like, yo, have you seen the messages and, you know, people talking about overload and them not having any creatine in it, etc. Now, there is kind of 2 stories. Overload, the company is saying that they heard about it, now they're changing manufacturers, hence why the flavors changed and they no longer do this flavor. And then the other side is companies, or this guy called James something, he's a celeb, and he was like, you know, researching the whole thing, and it came back that there was like 0.02 grams of creatine in each one. Again, it's like, who do you believe? And I prefer to go with the results rather than what the company is actually saying, because I bought like 6 months worth. If you've been watching since the very start, I bought 6 packs of these ages ago. Yeah, they could have all had like no creatine. So that's great. But other than that, we're all good. I mean, I'm still gaining muscle, like, which is crazy to think. Obviously I am still gonna gain muscle with like what I eat and stuff, but I just mean it felt like I was taking creatine. I mean, when you're taking creatine, you expect there to be creatine in it. So hopefully when I get back to powder creatine, I'm gonna carry on eating these until they're done, just because I have them, I bought them, might as well, even if they have 0.02 in it. Creatine's creatine, I suppose. And then obviously I'll go back to powder, which is dead, but you know, is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly go hit the gym. 3 p.m. right now. You know when you just get mad bursts of energy and you was tired a second ago? That's how I feel right now. This week, I've changed my gym from the morning to the afternoon and testing it out. I have been so much more productive. It is crazy. The community is coming along crazy. I'm excited, but I am perfecting it too much and everything. But yeah, it's a lot of stress, to be honest with you, but I'm just leaning on God, like truly. And I'm just like, Lord, is this a distraction, me going back to it? Or is it just me trying to like make sure that it's perfect? Is the devil trying to distract me? But just praying, just being in prayer and being like, look, let your will be done. Anyways, let's hit the gym. Let go.
Fear none, gotta stand tall too many times. Bust down a new Jacob, just too many diamonds. Like fuck it, what you gonna do, baby? You too damn fine. Let's run it up. They don't wanna see us in the playoffs. 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 I could see y'all play out. Y'all boys gonna lose it, ain't no doubt. Can't use my name for no more clout. If y'all wanna win, just follow my route. Shorty rolling, shorty tryna get it rolling. Young and grinding, he gon' get it. Put them peas up in the stoley. He gon' drive 1,000 miles till his pockets keep on growing. I be skating all the ice on my neck like a goalie. When she with you.
Good morning, people. It is like 7:12 a.m. right now, and I'm just listening to the rain while I journal, and it's so peaceful. Like, it just reminded me from the times when I actually used to appreciate things. You know, there was a time when I was on self-improvement that I started to be really present, go on walks and not listen to music and just hear the nature and just be okay in my silence. But sometimes it gets like that to the point where I have to have something I'm listening to, and it does kind of ruin the moment sometimes. Like, my pastor's been telling me, or telling the church in the sermons, to be present, be intentional. And it's one of them things you think that you're doing or you're brushing off, but it's really important that you do. Because if we don't take time to just appreciate the little things, even like the godly little things that we take for granted, like rain, you know, it sounds beautiful. Yeah, okay. Oh, I don't want to get wet. Like, that's the typical thing that I kind of say, right? But we just have to appreciate it. I mean, it sounds beautiful, and it's just calming, at least for me anyways. But I wanted to sit here while I'm kind of reflecting and listening to the rain and journaling. Yesterday I had a really big realization that I am overcomplicating everything, bro. Like, I tend to do that, right? I tend to over-organize my whole life, everything that I do. And so what I've done is I've simplified my massive to-do list template that I bought it was on YouTube. It's like a Notion template. It's called Headquarters. It's like a Notion second brain if you're into all of that. But what I realized is I need to just simplify and just dumbify like everything I do so I don't get overwhelmed. So I've realized that I'm like addicted to trying to be the most productive, to the point where I'm probably being less productive because I'm just so overwhelmed with like, bro, I've got like 200 tasks to do and they just never get done. Absolutely never get done because I can't prioritize. And again, it comes back to the problem that I think I have, which is, you know, having ADHD. But I should be getting a appointment to get diagnosed in the next couple of months, so I will keep you updated on that. I'm trying to whisper because my mum's still asleep. But yeah, today's a chill one, so might not record, might record, don't know. But anyways, peace. So it's 5 p.m. on Monday, my bad. And I wanted to just fill you in on what I learned from my Bible study, but also what I learned from church. Each Bible study that I've been having with this 3-week plan, I wrote, this week I think God is inviting me to XYZ. Now the one that I've got today is, or this week should I say, is include God in your plans and goals, surrender my long-term and short-term goals to Him, and have faith it will work out. And it's so true. Like I want to retire my mum. I want to have loads of, success and, smash all my goals. But ultimately, we have to surrender that to God. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn how to surrender, or not learn how to, but just surrender. And then from church, I can't really remember what exactly it was. So just give me a second. Oh yeah, this was good, bro. It was actually really good. The sermon on Sunday was really good. So the title was Designed to be Glorious. So I remember in the Bible, it says, I think potentially in Genesis, it says you were designed, or no, made in the image of God. But somewhere in the Bible, I believe it says you were designed something. And I just love the word designed, because it also says like designed for a purpose or something like that. I can't remember the scripture, which is really bad. But anyways, the whole concept of the whole sermon was actually about the process of smelting silver. Because in Psalm 66:10, I believe it talks about something to do with silver. I'll probably put it on the screen right now. But basically the whole idea was hard moments mold us and remove sinful ways, pride, etc. Melting silver, it basically was saying, stop running from the fire, in brackets, situations that make you struggle and, are painful, because you need it. Everything has a purpose, trials, pain, etc. Heat equals trials and testings in our life. Surrender and let God lead, which, removes ego, authority. You're never too grown for God. And I thought that was powerful. You're never too grown for God. Because, God tells you to do this, don't do this. And it almost feels like, a father, because He is the Father. But if you relate it back to, how your parents tell you, do this, don't do this, you kind of brush it off. Whereas with God, you can't brush it off, Well, you can, but it never ends good. Oh yeah, and another big thing my pastor said was, glory isn't coming, or your dreams aren't manifesting, because you're not surrendering. I thought that was really powerful. And then there is a part in the smelting of the silver where it removes impurities, which is basically what God is trying to do through the trials and tribulations, which is to remove impurities, like the process of smelting silver. And remember, God is with you through the fire, and fire purifies. I'm hoping some of this is making sense, but some of my notes sometimes just are scrambling. And then it says 1 Corinthians 10:13, He will only put you through what you can handle, right? Obviously do it with God. Oh, and this I think this was like the main point that I wanted to get across, was God knows the purifying is done when He sees Himself in you, like a reflection. I thought that was so powerful. So the goal is to see God in yourself. You want someone to come up to you and be like, there's something different about this guy. The way he walks, the way he carries himself, the way he acts. I want to be more like that guy, or I want to know more about that guy. And yeah, I think it's probably one of the biggest compliments you can get, or someone labeling you a Christian without you having to say anything. They just know that you're a Christian or a follower of Christ. I think that's probably one of the best things that you could get. That, I think, concludes everything for this vlog. Now, I've finished the week. It was actually a good week. Saturday night wasn't too... Was it Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night wasn't too good. I was screaming at God and didn't want to go to church the next day, because I just wanted a name for this community, and I still don't feel like Believers is the name for it, but I really just got to trust that God will give me the right name. And then I rocked up to church anyway, and it was amazing, as always. I also had this guy, the prayer leader or prayer team. He sat next to me, such a good guy. Edrico, shout out Edrico if he's watching this, or someone that knows him, shout out him. I just messaged him about like how I was feeling on Sunday and what he did for me. But his energy is just contagious. Like his love for the Lord is genuinely contagious. And I just wanted to go to church. Well, I didn't want to go to church, but when I rocked up, I just wanted to be on my own, not talk to anyone. So I sat on a row like on my own. And then he sits next to me and I'm just like, the bad part of me is just like, bro, I'm just tired. I just want to be on my own. Don't want to have to talk. Don't want to have to do nothing. I'm going to listen to the sermon, then just cut. Like, I don't want to talk to no one. And then as the music comes on and he's singing, and also then we get into the sermon and everything, like his energy was just contagious, bro. And at the end of it, it was good. I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to, catch up with people that I speak to at church. So moral of the story, always go church, even if you don't feel like doing it, because more time you're going to feel worse for not going, but also it's the enemy, bro. Like, it's legit. Why would you not go to church, right? And if you haven't gone to church yet, go to church. Find a church and do it, honestly. I've been a Christian for about 7 months, say 21 days, because it's July 21. I technically started this year, like surrendering my life to God. I kind of believed in God the year before in 2024. But just do it, honestly. Find a church and don't overthink it. Just go in, see whether it's for you, go from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I will see you in the next one. Peace and love.